Success.
Hey.
It's taken how long? But we've got there. We've got the intro down, Pat.
4 months.
How are you, Dad?
Not bad.
Very special guest this week, Samson. Thanks for joining in. Taking in place. Rob couldn't make it tonight, unfortunately, but we have a very good man in his shoes. So very excited to rip into some questions and get Sam on here. Brad's back. Good to have you back, Brad.
Sorry, missed last week, boys, but yeah, had a good night with the dad. I don't get to see him very often, so we went out for dinner and had some food. I had you planned for a little while, but I thought I'd better pay attention while I was out for dinner. So yeah, it was good to see Craig on though. He taught you boys quite a bit on the games. I thought I might lose my spot after last week, so I'm glad I could make it back in.
Yeah, it was good to have Craig on. He's good value, Craig. Yeah. So how's everyone going? Good?
Doing well.
Solid weekend.
Happy to be here.
That's good. Well, we'll quickly go through the chat before we start ripping into it. So, first man in the chat.
Don't know who that is.
Don't know that guy. Scotty's in. He's listing. How you going, Scotty? Jazz is in. Paul's in.
Oh.
There you go, Paul. Sam's in. Susan. Rack Raiders.
Raucous
yeah, sorry. I'm holding out on you here, Drew. Here you go. Here's a big one for you.
Oh shit! That's Ben.
I feel like Robbie would have come in with a Ben.
Yeah. That's what's that guy that did the talk show there? That was real serious and mellow and dark. That's just what Robbie reminds me of when I can't think of the show, but anyway, just me. That's a new one, I think. Tamara's in. The modern retros, loving Samson's tips. We're all loving.
I appreciate that, man.
It's been smashing out the videos lately, Sam. So it's getting some good content over there. So if you guys haven't checked out Samson's channel, head over there because
cheers, bud. Yeah.
Content.
Link is below to Sam's channel. I've chucked that in there. So books and stuff. Toby's in. Sarah's in. Oz Riley.
Chris.
Just saying. Samson in the house. Pitter Patter 100. Good evening. And Gary, that's I think I'm up to date with it all. So beautiful.
Flippin' Sydney. Beautiful.
So we're into it, boys. So we'll start off. How's the week been, first of all, for all of you? Brad, have you had a solid week?
I sort of had a few days where it dropped off a little bit early week, I think, Monday, Tuesday. Down a couple $100 on average, but then it sort of picked back up again. So overall, I think we did almost 4 this week, which is good. But yeah, I'm sort of expecting September to be a little bit flatter than August. So yeah.
How about you, Drew?
The week's been pretty good. It seems like there's less sales, but when I go into my spreadsheet and stuff, I'm still tracking like my daily average is pretty much the same as July and August. So I don't know, I just feel like there's less happening. I don't know, it's a bit weird. I think September will be a little bit slower, as Brad said. But yeah, the numbers are still there, so I can't complain. Depop sort of helped us keep alive for sure. We got like 3 Depop sales in one day, which is super rare for us. So yeah, Depop keeping us afloat marginally.
Would you say it's the poppin'?
I would. Yeah, you might have to tag that one. You have to TM that one.
Bit of dad jokes in.
And as we get to you, Samson, we've got a bit more love for Samson. We've got Pitter Patter. I love Samson's channel. So helpful. And
thank you.
Creators always watch Samson's videos. Great tips. And I agree.
Cheers, guys.
I've been loving the stuff you've been putting out. Ever since I found your channel, I've been watching you for a while, and it's always very helpful, and it's fun to watch your videos. It's great to have another Aussie. Absolutely smashing it. What are you doing? 2 a week, I think, normally?
Yeah. I try and do one on the Thursday and then one on the Sunday, and I've been doing that since my birthday, actually, around the start of May. So that's when I committed that I knew that if I wanted it to grow in any meaningful way, that's what I had to do. So thankfully, I've been able to keep to it. so far. So yeah, that's what I've been doing.
And what are you up to now? How many subs are you get close to 1,000? Yeah.
Yeah, I think around 930 or something like that. Yeah. So I'm happy with the growth. I knew that initially it takes a little bit of time, you know what I mean? But I mean, I'm sure you guys would all know because you all do YouTube yourselves. Like, but once you start getting that momentum, like consistent videos is when you get people looking forward to your videos, and I really enjoy it. So I've been happy with how it's going.
That's awesome, man.
Good man. Yeah, well, for anyone that actually doesn't know Samson, Jazz has dropped his link in the chat. And it's also, for anyone watching back, it is in the description. So make sure you go over and sub to him, get him to 1,000 because it's well deserved. The content he's putting out is top notch. So get some more love there from the Aussie Flipper. Been watching Samson TV since joining YouTube. Congrats, legend. Awesome channel.
Cheers, guys. I really appreciate it. Because that's the reason why I make videos, is hopefully at least, some people can find some help from it. So, this is the reason I make them. Yeah.
No, it's good, man. So is that sort of the sole reason you started making videos? Were you more wanting to help other people, or was it for your own growth, or to involve yourself within the community, or what actually made you take the step to make that first video?
Well, my first video was just me showing off some items that I just bought while I was out thrifting. And it was something that at that stage, I hadn't been doing that long myself, but I just thought this is such a great business model. It's a great way of making money. I enjoy it more than, I've worked crappy jobs in the past as a teenager, and it's just something completely different and something that I still believe way more people could be doing. I always try and preach that in my videos, that the market cap for the amount of people that could be doing this, it's nowhere near full. And if I can get, even 10 people or 100 people into reselling and they can make some extra money for themselves, then that's a success for me.
100%.
For sure. DBG, Leanne, morning. Rob, the beard shave has taken years off you, Rob.
I just got that.
So you are full-time. You were just discussing before we went live. How long have you been doing this as your full-time income?
I've been doing it as a full-time income since around the start of the year. That's when I made the decision that I was comfortable that I could progress with it without looking for a new job. After I quit my old job, I decided that, I can either put all my effort into doing eBay, or I could find another job, or I could pursue higher education. And I feel like I've made the right decision. I'm really happy selling on eBay full time.
That's awesome, man. I think like for a lot of us, like obviously Judd is going pretty soon. And hopefully I won't be too far off, but I think seeing people transition to that full time is like what I really like to see, because it's kind of like, you see the journey of part-time and then building to full time. So I think that's a really cool part of, like, a cool spot to be in. Yeah.
Totally agree.
So we've got a lot less swearing out of Rob tonight too. So a bit of trolling going on.
That was so funny, actually. Like it was one of those. It took me like a few seconds in my head to think what Death by Glamour had said, but then once I got it, yeah.
If Leanne's a troll, I'll take all the trolls. She's a great contributor to a lot of the community, so it's good to see her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good mod.
So something that I want to actually quickly talk about, and I quickly discussed it with you boys, something that I'm going to do for the remainder of the year. Speaking of that, I better put my phone on loud just in case. Now, last week was Are You OK Day. I think everyone's familiar with that. If you are battling with sort of depression or anxiety or anything at all, we just wanted to touch on it quickly. There's a lot of people that are suffering at the moment, and especially with everything that's going on in the world. It's a horrible thing, but there's always help available, and I think it's important that people realize that, because sometimes it just feels like there's no way out, but there's always a way out. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. Now, what I'm going to do for the remainder of the year, on our Sunday night show, every single cha-ching that I get, I'm going to donate in a lump sum, $10 to Beyond Blue at the end of the year. Just because they're doing an amazing thing, and I think some people don't utilize their resource enough. So I'm going to bang this down the bottom there. If you do need help, I just say get out there and ring one of these numbers, ring a friend, family, all that sort of thing, and just look after yourself, because we're in tough times, but there's always light at the end of the tunnel. So every cha-ching that I get on live streams until the end of the year, that was a messages. I'm hoping. If you follow my store, go and buy something, even if it's only $5. I'm donating $10 every cha-ching I get on a live stream this year. So hopefully we get a few cha-chings and we can raise some money. So if you are struggling, please reach out. My door's always open if you just want to talk to someone and get something off your chest. My door's always open, but there's some phone numbers there. Please ring. I know in Victoria at the minute, they've actually extended 10 extra sessions with a psychologist under the Medicare grant. I know that's in Victoria. So, I mean, you get 10 free sessions anyway. So there's 20 free sessions right up until March in Victoria, 10 elsewhere in Australia. I don't know what it's like around the rest of the world, but make sure you utilize that if you need it. So
I think it's like at the moment, obviously that resource is going to probably be well needed, because a lot of people are going to be struggling. So I'll match whatever you put in, Judder, as well. So we'll get the ball rolling there.
Yeah, we'll jump in, we'll chip in as well. Yeah, obviously things are going to probably get worse from here. More jobs lost and more people homeless and whatever else. So yeah, like it seems like everything's horrible at the moment, but it'll probably get worse for a lot of others in the future. So yeah, anything going forward is going to definitely be helpful. Yeah, we'll chip in.
Yep.
$10 from any sale we make on the live for sure. So yeah, phone loud, no silent phones, obviously, for the remainder of the year.
Mine doesn't even cha-ching anymore, but I'll
You've broken the streak from too many sales, Brad.
I turned mine off ages ago because it just annoyed me. So I don't know. I don't even know how to get it back, to be honest. But
how can you get annoyed with that sound? I love it.
I think it was more when I was like at work and I was getting like cha-chings and everyone was looking at me like, what's going on over there? And I was just like,
well, luckily I saved one up to get the ball rolling. Someone's lowballed an offer on me, and I'm going to accept it. Oh, there it is.
Ooh, very nice.
A starter. There's a starter.
Maybe
so in a lump sum at the end of the year.
Maybe we can maybe I'd probably put you on the spot here, Jada, but maybe we can like create a little Facebook group thing for it, and if people want to donate to it and help out, maybe they can just go there and chuck someone if anyone's keen to do it. I think it's important. Like I've spoken to a couple of people in the community the last couple of days that are sort of, struggling a little bit just with like lockdown and stuff in Melbourne, and life in general, your normal day job and stuff like that. It's frustrating, and it's good to see like people going full time because they're done with their day job and taking their life into their own hands essentially. So that's
no, it'll be good, but there's always help. So
we can get a little tally going. Get a little tally going for sure.
I'll put one down.
Got a bit of love in the chat, and it just jumped like a motherfucker. And Kara's right. Mental health is as important as physical health. 100%. And off the top of my head, I can think of at least 6 people within the community that have openly expressed their struggles with mental health. So I know that a lot of people, I know a lot of people get a relief just from thrifting or talking about this sort of stuff. So by all means, as I said, my door's always open. So there we go. There's another one.
Oh, very nice.
You beauty. I'll be on watch for the 2 Aussie Thrifter sales. Good, guys. Gary's saying the phone is permanently on silent.
Yeah, no, I do that, and then you go onto Instagram, and then you've missed half the stories that have audio.
You're trying to work out why the audio is not playing.
I know sometimes I actually take my phone off silent just to hear the cha-ching. I don't know if anyone else does that.
It was definitely like a bigger thing for me earlier on. Like I think I was like more motivated by it, but now it kind of when I did have it on, it was just annoying me more than anything. So
Yeah, when you're dropping 50 an hour, that does happen.
that's not true at all. That'd be actually. I don't know if I'd want that many. That packaging would be a nightmare. I don't know if you can say.
Kate has good job, guys. Also, heads up, Joe to mention if you're in Victoria, So absolutely, Medicare Better Access Program will now provide Victorians access to a further 10 sessions under the mental health care plan.
That's awesome.
And she's all over it. Brings a total of 20. Yep. And now
I'm guessing they're doing like telehealth, like conference type ones as well. If you're regional or COVID and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think most of it probably would be telehealth now, I suppose. So yeah, what do we got? Cha-chings. Free games on the post.
A lot more work goes into it than.
Yeah, just pull the lever and see what happens.
Massive waiting lists in Ireland for support unless you pay through the neck. Yeah, that's a bugger. I know. Yeah, there's definitely waiting lists here, but it's just it's a tough one. But anyway, we'll get back into reselling and we'll get back into Sam here because we've got him on tonight. And if anyone has any questions for Samson, please fire away in the chat.
Go for it.
Love to answer them. So
I've got one for him. I want to know how long, like you said, you've been full-time since like earlier this year, but how long you been doing it part-time before that?
So I actually started when I was in high school. So I graduated in 2018, and around halfway through the end of my final year of high school, I like kind of learnt a bit about people who were doing this as a business. I didn't really believe that it was going to be possible to do this and make any significant kind of income, but I tried it out, and then that's when it started for me. Yeah, so I was doing it for about a year to a year and a half before I decided that I was going to go full time with it. Yeah.
So that would make you sort of 20, 21, is that right? Around there?
I'm 20. Yeah, I turned 20 in May.
Like I'd love to have started when I was your age. So you've got a bright future ahead of you, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, but I'd love to have started when I was 15. So you can always say that. Like,
just like fresh out the womb.
I think that I wouldn't want to start any younger because I'd probably get banned. You know what I mean? Like if you start too young, maybe if you have a dad or a mom like who can help you, but yeah, around that age, I reckon I could have done it as a really good side income as opposed to some of the jobs that I did have. Probably would have been way better doing this.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so Peter Patter was interested in your age as well. So you've obviously got your head switched on because I know at your age, last thing I was thinking about was a second income. Like working my job to pay to get myself a pack of smokes and a slab for the weekend. So, no, you're doing really well there. That's credit to you.
Cheers.
Jazz is asking, what is your favorite thing to sell?
I did anticipate this question and I thought about it. I think it is vintage T-shirts. I'm not someone who sells a whole heap of them. I sell a lot more bread and butter items in terms of clothing, but vintage T-shirts are great because the idea that I can find some random T-shirt that to 99% of the population is worthless for like a few dollars at a thrift shop, and you can throw it up for literally $1,000 on eBay, sometimes more, and people want that. That's just amazing to me. You know that that you can get those home run scores with items like that. So yeah, vintage T-shirts.
Yeah. And what is the biggest turnover you've had on a vintage T-shirt?
The biggest turnover I've had on a vintage T-shirt was probably actually that what's it called? Harley Davidson shirt that I sold for $250, and that was only last month that I sold that. So yeah.
That's part of the big lot that you bought, yeah?
Correct, yeah.
That was a nice haul, that one. I was pretty jealous when you got that one. I was like, man, I got to find myself some Harley Davidson because I don't see it very often.
Yeah. Oh my God. You should have seen the Facebook Marketplace ad was so bad. It was a grainy picture of like 5 or 6 shirts. And you would have never thought that it had any kind of, but I'm so glad it was terrible because if it had showed what she actually had, it would have been gone, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
They're the gold mines for resellers, the crappy photos. And if you know what you're looking for, like I know Craig said before that, you know, some of his best scores are when he sees a game that he can only just partially see because the photos are so dodgy and everyone else misses it. But because he knows it so well, he's like, that's a $100 game. Like,
yeah. I had that recently, actually. There was like this lot of PlayStation 2 games and stuff. And then I see in one of the cases is like Silent Hill for PS1, and the disc alone is like $100. So that made the whole thing worth it. Everyone else would have just, you know, seen a bunch of SingStar games and that. And if you take the time to look at these things, then you can actually make some really good money just off knowing a bit about a lot of stuff, basically.
Yeah. I know you've spoken about it in one of your videos, but obviously thrifting op shops is your main way of bringing in inventory, but what are some other things that you do? Obviously, you just mentioned Facebook Marketplace, wholesale, stuff like that. Garage sales, do you hit them up very often? What sort of things do you do to bring in the inventory?
Yeah, so I run a couple of eBay stores, and on my public store where I, you know, document the most on my channel at this stage, I try and get inventory pretty much any way I can. Thrifting is one way, but it's something that I have been doing less and less because it's just not that consistent. Facebook Marketplace is by far, across my entire business, is my favorite way to source items. Having people send me stuff with Facebook Marketplace is a really untapped market. Probably this week alone, I've done about 10 to 20 deals on Facebook Marketplace from people that aren't local to me. I try and go to garage sales. I tried to go on the weekend, and I actually wanted to film a video. That was the video I had planned to have released this morning, was me going to garage sales, and I went out and I couldn't see a single one. I don't know if it's to do with COVID or what, but in my area, they just haven't returned yet. So garage sales have been a no. And then apart from that, just, you know, generally like looking for wholesale deals and building connections with people who I know will have a consistent stream of inventory, or multiple, you know, times where I'm able to go and get inventory from them as a priority. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So do you say on Marketplace, do you obviously save a lot of searches? Do you get alerts for stuff, or do you just generally browse and find these things?
I do save a lot of searches. The alerts feature is very buggy for me, and I do it all on desktop, so the alerts feature works even worse on that. But yeah, that's definitely my number one tip is Facebook Marketplace. And you don't really need to save search terms, but you can pretty easily imagine the search terms that I'll be using to find deals. They're pretty straightforward. I do have a few that, you know, maybe I keep to myself because they're ones that, you know, like generate kind of listings that wouldn't necessarily show up usually, but 99% of the search terms that I use on Facebook Marketplace are ones that you could think of, such as wholesale, bulk, lot, you know, things like that are really going to provide most of the good listings in Facebook Marketplace.
Definitely. I just want to show you the cat because she's, I'll see if I can get it without destroying everything. She's in the box over there. You see her?
Box it up and post it to me.
Fucking crap.
Someone will order a wholesale lot of RM jeans and get a bit of pushing on the way through. Graduated in 2018. Fuck, I'm old.
Yeah.
I'm
When I was 20, I definitely wasn't switched on to Samson. I was running around doing stupid shit. So you're well ahead of us.
20, too cute. This chat is, I can't keep up with it tonight. There's a lot of love for Samson, that's for sure. Big waiting list here too. One bonus with telehealth here at the moment is there's an option to access support from people outside of the area state if no one else is available. Yes, yeah, that's very handy.
Helpful.
Let's see. See if we've got any questions here. Trying to get my 10-year-old granddaughter to start. So, you know, it's good to teach kids how to hustle. I know Zach, our friend Zach, he's had loose on the hustle with some of her toys and that, and making some money. So it's a good thing, I think. Toby, vintage T-shirts. Yes, Toby's got a bloody hurler there up on his Instagram at the minute that he's raffling off. So If anyone wants to go and have a look, check out Captain Opshot Nerd. He has nice all over print Guns N' Roses. David is in. How are you, David? Nice to see you, mate. We got Harry Potter 1 on PS2 yesterday.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, there's, I can't remember which one it was. Jazzy will probably have to drop it in, but there's one of the Harry Potter ones that is like, it must have been the last one they printed on PS2 because it's worth like $90 to $100, and we pulled it out, but it needs a buff because it's not playing. So I might send it over to, I know Michael's got one now, so I might send it over to him to give it a buff and pay him some money for it because it'll be worth it if I get it cleaned.
What are those buff machines worth? $1,000 or something?
Those are those ones that him and Ken have are like, well, can be almost $2,000 because they're like Eco Pro 2s. They're like designed to be sort of semi-commercial, I suppose. Yep. You can get cheaper ones, but apparently they don't last as long and they're not as like reliable. So yeah. I think if you're doing a lot of media, it's worth it. But we don't do a heap of media, so I haven't invested in one yet.
Yeah.
I actually ordered the JFJ Easy Pro a couple of months ago. It just hasn't arrived yet, and that's like it cost me around $400 shipped. And that one, you know, what are they? Nick and Andrea Hills, you've had them on their show. I saw their video on it. Was one of the main reasons that I decided to get it, and they rate it. They think it's really good, but it just hasn't arrived for me yet. So I'm gonna release a review on it when I actually do get it in. But I should fair warning that it has taken almost 2 months.
It'd be good to get a different type out there because I've seen the Eco Pro 2 a few times, but Gary's just saying he paid $979 refurbished. Yeah.
Sub 500 would be a good option if you were sort of getting bulk deals of media every now and then for sure.
Absolutely. So we've got 45 in the chat, so that is great.
That's 45.
So that's
45. So make sure you give a thumbs up and sub to everyone. Their links below. Plus our boy Hollywood. He's not here tonight, but make sure you sub to him too, and definitely Samson. If you're not already subbed to him, just don't forget, get over and give him a sub. I did see a question there from Jazz. Where was it? I've lost the chat. There it is. What's your best find or sale of the week? So that's a good leeway. We'll start with you, Samson. What is your best find that you've sold on eBay or, well, sold in general?
I would definitely say it's the one I put up on my Instagram, that Abe's Exodus VHS video, which I sold for $129, and then the buyer was from the US, so we paid around $150 total to have it sent to him, which is really cool because I don't sell a lot of VHS tapes, but this one was definitely one to look out for.
Yeah, that's definitely some gems out there. I've flipped a few VHS for over 100 profit, and you gotta love getting them. You got to dig through some shit to get to them, but there is some gems out there, and people will pay right up. So we'll get into our sales of the week. Brad, what's your best sale of the week or your favorite sale of the week? Not so much best profit.
Best one was probably I don't know if it's going to come up. Just another SNES boxed, which was nice. $289, I think we got for it. Went out today, which is nice. I don't know about my favorite. We had sold a couple favorite like good stuff this week, but yeah, that was probably the best one. I sold a pair of G-Star that we bought from that closing down store for $100, and we only paid $370 each for those. So that's it's a nice little flip as well. Oh.
I'm a bit slow tonight, mate. The doggies played this out, though. I've tucked into the frothies. I'm just trying to stay normal for the night. So I'm a little bit slow on the old trigger finger. But anyway, Drew, how about you? What about you guys? What do you got this week?
Best sale of the week. Probably two of the same. So we got two pairs. I think I've mentioned them on one of the previous streams. The nudies that go for they got like real bright, vibrant orange stitching. We sold two pairs of those. We got them both from the bin, so they're about $2.80 each, and they both sold for $75. Nice. So it's like your standard nudies, but the stitching is like super orange.
Nice.
Yeah, $280 to $75. So what? $65 net almost. Yeah, $60.
Yeah.
So good.
I'm going to go with a favourite. I'm not going to go with the highest profit one this week, but it's one that I did share on Instagram this week, and I don't know if it's a complete sale yet because they still haven't paid. But I want to share it again for anyone that doesn't follow me on Instagram, because I bought a bulk lot of kids-handled in the VHS talk. Kids-handled DVDs this week, and I've mentioned in some of my videos I picked them up when they're under $1 because they do sell. You'll get your $15, $10-15 for them. But I bought a bulk lot of them, and I'm literally in at these at about 2 or 3 cents a piece. So pretty much nothing. It was someone basically giving them away. This one here, New McDonald Had a Farm, the Barnyard Boogie, was one that if I'd been in an op shop, I'd probably not even scan it, and I'd go straight past it because it ain't Thomas the Tank, it ain't the Wiggles, it ain't nothing good. But I thought, well, this is going to go in a bulk lot for sure. But I gave it a scan, and it had sold for around $50, $45-50. You're kidding me. So I listed it yesterday, and the cheapest one, there's 2 on eBay at the moment. There was one for $150, and there was one for $99. So I chucked mine up for $75, and cha-ching. It's someone's taken the bait. So $75 for that.
No.
I haven't paid yet. I haven't paid. So it might be my sale of the week. But I was pretty surprised at that. So if you see that, the Barnyard Boogie, New McDonald Had a Farm, get it.
When did that, what year was that released? Like, is it super old or?
No, it's like it's only fairly modern because it's. I mean, the original release maybe.
I'm pretty sure with a name like that, they probably only made 5 copies. So that's
it's
short print. Yeah,
allegedly rare. So I can't even find a year on it, to be honest. 2006. So
wow, that's so crazy. So weird.
It's just, it's just really bizarre. Really, really bizarre. So if anyone else, drop your favorite sales in the chat, and we'll get them up.
Saw a few come through there as well. So.
Yeah, I've actually got real lost in here. Does the old jump on me, and then I lose where I'm up to. I've got a vendor machine. Used to be in a lot of video stores. Pitter Patter asking Samson, do you live at home?
Yeah, I do currently. I'm right now. I'm looking to move out. Like I've been seeing a few properties, but I do currently live at home. Yeah.
And I've noticed in your video you've been out thrifting with your sister. Does she just come along for the ride, or do you have her working for you, or you have sort of family support helping you with your business, or is it just a solo? Is this the Samson show?
Well, it's pretty much the Samson show, I guess you can say. But yeah, my sister just enjoys thrifting, so I take her out with me. I have had her take pictures for me sometimes, but usually it's just me. Yeah.
Making Rob proud with the VHS. Yeah. Absolutely. Do you offer all of your items to overseas? So I suppose this is one we can all answer. I'll start with you, Samson. Do you offer international post on all of your items or just select items?
Definitely at least 95% of them. I'm trying to think. There probably are a few that I don't. But I think that's just items that I know if an international buyer bought, they could never use it. So maybe, I have some like phones that I have listed up that I don't offer international because I know that they are only going to work in Australia and I don't want to deal with the headache of someone overseas buying them. But yeah, 95 to 99% of my listings are available to everyone.
Yep. We'll go backwards. Drew, what about you? You guys?
Yeah, probably the same sentiment. Probably about 95% is really just the DVDs and stuff that are region specific that I won't make available to overseas buyers. But yeah, probably all the clothing, everything else, toys. Yeah, but just the like Australian DVDs essentially.
Brad, you much the same?
Not really at the moment. We pre-COVID we had quite a lot on, but we took a lot off when COVID hit because we sent something to Canada and it still hasn't got there, and that was in April. So. Yeah, we just pulled a lot of our listings, and a lot of the stuff that we've been buying, like guys were saying, Australian electronics like SNESs and stuff. If we think the item's going to sell overseas, then we will put it on, but it's probably down to like 25% at the moment, I'd say. Probably maybe New Year I'll probably start putting stuff back on again, but I haven't really felt comfortable with doing it at the moment just because it's taking too long, and I don't want to send like a couple $100 overseas and then have to try and fix it up and get it money back and stuff like that. So I just haven't bothered at the moment, but it definitely helps to offer it. Like, I'm not not suggesting you shouldn't offer it at all. It's just hasn't been a focus of ours lately.
Yeah.
And I'm much like you guys. Yeah, pretty much everything except for those region-specific DVDs. Generally, anything under the value of probably $25, I don't bother with. But yeah, most other stuff probably same thing. About 90% is often international. So Gary sold an 8mm film projector for $200. He paid $10. That's a bloody ripper. Hope that wasn't in the thrift challenge because I think I've passed Gary now. So just quietly.
I haven't been in there for a little while. I've been pretty busy, but I'm gonna have to get back on that spreadsheet and have a look and see what he put in.
1999 Owen Hart Heart Foundation T-shirt, $265. Jesse only spent $30. That is an absolute ripper too.
Very nice.
Whoa, so nice sales coming in. Zimmerman top for $200. Loving this. No high value sales this week. All bread and butter, 20 to 30-ish. But we love our bread and butter because, as Jazz tells you, that pays the bills.
And keeps the coffee flowing.
I'm sick of this chat jumping. It's driving me nuts. So where are we?
We did sell an Aaron Williams cashmere jacket for about 110, I think. So that was quite a nice sale.
Yeah,
From a bulk lot?
No, it was from Salvos, I think. I think we paid up for it, though. I think we paid about $30 or $35. But yeah, it was a really nice jacket. So reasonably quickly. We just had to steam it out because it was a bit crinkled.
How is your steamer? I use one of those little handheld ones, and I know you grabbed that sort of more upright one for the jacket bowl. How do you find that one?
Jazz has been smashing it with the jackets, and we haven't had any problems yet. So yeah, it works quite well, and we don't even have it on a high setting. We have it on, I think, 2 or something like that, and it goes up to about 5 or 6. So it pumps through it quite easily, and it makes a huge difference. So I'm very happy with that one. The last one we had was not very good at all, but this one, quite good.
Sweet.
You also a lot of barnyard theme media, but not for children.
How was that dodgy lot of VHS that he got from that bloody carrier?
Yeah. That's going in the vault, I think, for him.
Which starting bid $10,000.
I don't know about that, eh?
Yeah,
it's a gamble. That's a gamble.
Beauties. We're going downhill.
We can't taint Samson's reputation here. He's come on willingly, and he's well respected. So we've got to keep
I think he knew what he was up for coming over on my channel.
I do watch the show, guys.
It's a rough end of town on the Doria Flipper YouTube channel. Dougie sold a $700 camera lens that he picked up the garage sale. 6 clams. Dougie, that is an absolute ripper. David, best eBay sale was 2 cameras, a Sanyo projector, which he sold locally for 30. Is that pound? That's pound, isn't it?
Yeah, pound, yeah.
Pounds, yeah. Bought an auction for 16 for the lot. Since then, had nothing as my full-time job was taken over. Yeah. Current pandemic, yeah. Jazz love for the steamer. I don't have a steamer. I don't know if I need to invest in one.
If you're getting into more of the wholesale sort of lots, I think it might be worth looking at because those jackets we got being bailed up, they come pretty like crinkled and that, and it's made a huge difference. I can send you the one we got when I work out what one it is.
Yeah, that'd be good. I'll because with that recent wholesale lot, I got a Actually sent most of that to the mother and father-in-law, and they cleaned and ironed and everything for me. So
What?
I don't like the. I paid them.
Fair enough.
I just for me to do that shit, it'd take me twice as long.
Yeah.
To what they do it, and in that time I could have listed so much. It was a bit of extra money for them. My father-in-law is actually kind of in the same boat as me. He actually works with me at the moment, but unfortunately for him, he only just started there 6 months ago. So yeah, it's a real pain in the ass. So it's a bit of cash for them, and they're helping me out. So
Yeah, win-win.
that's what I did. But I mean, in the future, I sort of looked at getting a steamer, but
It's still not quick. Like, it still takes time. Like, it's not a quick, wham bam done. But it's definitely, I think it's more efficient and comes out better than an iron. I'm useless with an iron, so.
Matty's in. What's up, Matty? Looked a tad different this week.
Someone said earlier that he'd lost 20 years in his when he took off his beard. So
And sell shoes now.
So I think it's about time. Now I'm going to try not to stuff this one up because I think it's going to, if we can get this on the go.
Pressure's on.
Pressure's on. I'm not going to stuff it up. I'm not going to stuff it up. But it's time for dog shit. It's time for dog shit, boys.
Cool.
There he is, that dog. That's a big shit, isn't it? That is a big dog shit. Dog shit this week. Brad, have you guys had any dog shit?
Just basic returns, nothing too sort of too dog shitty. Just standard. Just doesn't fit. Or we did get. I don't know if I spoke about it last week, but we had two pretty expensive returns. The Walter Miller jacket and pants set that was all leather. That sold $400. Got to the buyer and it didn't fit him, so I had to send it back, which meant I had to refund $400. So that was a bit of a shot to the heart. But yeah, it'll sell again. I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, a little bit of dog shit.
Mini dog shit. Drew.
Yeah, clean slate again. Even less dog shit than Brad. We had like one return for some jeans that didn't fit, but other than that, smooth sailing over here. Yeah, nothing to report on. I don't remember getting stressed out or flipping out this week, so it must have been a good week.
Two clean slates now. Since you're not here every week, Samson, so I don't want to hear what dog shit you've had this week. I want to hear the worst dog shit that you've ever copped.
Oh my gosh.
What, fill us in on just one of those mega dog shits that have just gone everywhere. It's all up the side of the skirting boards. It's up the one of those that just splattered it in the lounge room. What's the worst dog shit you've had to face?
To be completely honest, the worst that I can think of is the one that I did release a video on, where the buyer was able to like really draw it out and he was able to scam me. And that just a quick overview. Basically, I sent an item to a buyer. He wasn't happy with it. And then I made the mistake of, instead of refunding him, sending him another item to kind of replace it. And I should have really known by the fact that he'd just given me negative feedback before even opening a return that he really wasn't in it. He didn't really have good intentions. And then basically when he got the replacement item, he decided to just keep it and then keep his negative feedback. And because feedback is the buyer's opinion on eBay, they really couldn't do anything about it. But yeah, that would be probably the worst of all time. It wasn't even a monetary cost, but it was just at that stage I had perfect feedback. I'd never really had any issues with buyers. And I just felt like eBay weren't really like even trying to help me or work with me on that. So it was really disappointing. But yeah, that would probably be the worst of all time.
That's dog shit.
That is dog shit. We don't like those scammers. This week, have you had a dog shit this week, or are you pretty clean slate? Good week.
I had to think about this. I guess it's more of a funny one. I had a buyer a couple months ago, actually, or around a month and a half ago. He returned an item to me. He said it didn't work, or he opened a return rather, and so I sent him a postage label. And this was all like in the middle of last month, and where this all like went down was a big back and forth with it. Basically, he never used the postage label, so eBay closed the case, and now this week, out of the blue, the item shows up at my house. So he has now returned it to me, a month and a half later after he actually bought the item or whatever. And I've explained to him that I can return this to you because it is yours. You've paid for it, but I'm obviously not going to be offering a refund on it now. It's way too long. And he's obviously not happy about that. But at this stage, he hasn't responded to my message, explaining my stance on it really. So we're just going to see where that goes. But I wouldn't really call that dog shit. I would just say that's kind of part of the business. And it is kind of frustrating have to deal with people who, don't want to play by the rules on eBay, or maybe they just don't understand it. But I guess that is just part of the business. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And well, I'm dog shit free this week, so no complaints on the dog shit front from me, which is great.
I think Samson's real dog shit of the week was seeing that video. I think that's probably Recky's week, I reckon.
I've seen someone mention that their Rottweiler does bigger shits than that. I can't actually find that comment now.
All the video.
It was a decent sized shit for a beagle or whatever it was. So I'm just trying to keep up the chat. Bear with me, boys. As I said, I'm a few frothy in and I'm struggling seeing doubles. But hey, get in capital letters a steamer, game changer. So that might be something that I invest in because I think there will be a few more wholesale lots coming to my house. Speaking of that, Drew, you had one recently. A big lot I seen. How you going with that?
We got like a little Depop one. We bought like 20 odd shirts off a Depop seller. We did do a video, but I just didn't feel like putting it out. It wasn't that exciting or anything, but it's been doing pretty well. We've done a couple of Depop sales and a couple of eBay sales off that lot. But yeah, it was just a random sort of mixed bag. You just sort of ask what you want. I just said music and movies and Disney type vintage stuff, and that's what we got. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. He actually threw in a shirt. I asked him, I'm like, I want this Star Trek Borg shirt. Can you throw it in on top? And he's like, yeah, but I'm going to charge you full price for it. And he ended up throwing it in for free. So that was pretty much the price of half, or the value of that shirt alone is probably half the bulk lot. So no complaints.
Can I just ask if Ebop, is that sung by Hanson at all, or where's that come from?
We could probably put a video. I'm sure Rob will be more than happy to that video together.
Doing it now.
That's so good.
Just checking what that sale was before when. So we got the two sales.
Yeah, you got to show us what the items were.
So we've got one of them. I just took an offer on just a Nike T-shirt. Speaking of wholesale lots, that came out of that one that I purchased. It was a very basic shirt that went for $12 plus post. And then we've also had so Mr. we spoke of this person after the stream last week. He's a viewer, so thank you very much, Andrew. He's bought a book from me, and that book is Brad will fat up when he sees that. Rui.
Hey, Rui.
So autobiography from Mark Rasciuto. So thank you very much, Andrew, Mr. Nostalgia Damas. That will.
I'm not sure.
There's $20 coming out into the fund for the Beyond Blue.
I'm not sure Rui would have much to put in a book. He was more of a bump and tackle and beef people. I'm not sure he'd have too many words to put down, but good on him.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't read the audio book, because I don't think I could listen to his voice for about 3 hours, to be honest. Does anyone want to come over and do my packaging for me? Cannot be asked. I'll pay in back rubs. Yeah, you don't want to rub this back, mate. There's pimples, there's hair, there's bloody skin tags, there's all sorts of things. So you'd rather package, I'm telling you. To Aussie Thrifters, I want the cat.
Well, a lot of people have asked if they can buy her, and it's not on the cards, unfortunately.
Slave labor.
I think he's talking about your ironing job.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. I'm well behind now. Sam has run out of labels.
Oh no, that's a nightmare. That's like going back to a bloody Nokia or something, Nokia 3310, going back and cutting them out. Oh.
Now, I want to know a bit more about this. Brad, fill us in. You've nearly burnt down the unit.
That's very true. It wasn't even my fault, firstly. I just want to clarify that.
Don't preface with that.
Before I get into the story, I just want to make this very clear. I was ironing my shirts, and this is why I shouldn't iron, because apparently I'd try to set the house on fire. It was with this old iron, and it started actually like burning down the cord. Like there must have been a fault in the cord, right? And I was like, holy crap, what do I do? Because I was like, if I put the iron down, it's going to burn like the floor. If I don't put the iron down, like it's going to keep burning up the rope towards the wall. So I just grabbed either side of the cord and like pulled it apart and like burnt my hand a little bit. But yeah, there must have been a fault. It must have been like really old wiring. It must have went faulty and the earth must have dropped out or something, because it just literally caught on fire and it was burning down. Like it was one of those old rope surrounds of the cord, and it just burnt the whole thing. Just burnt down it, and I was like freaking out. Jazz wasn't home. She just came home to me with this like burnt ass really iron, and she's like, "What'd you do?" I was like, "Oh, it wasn't me."
Did you go to work with a crinkle shirt that day?
I think it was a Friday Arvo, so I don't know why I was ironing shirts, but it was bad idea.
But I want to send back because of the wrong style. I said that's fine, but haven't heard anything.
That's a bonus.
No news is good news. That's what they say.
Yep.
Block someone in the US has been harassing. Oh, no one likes that, getting harassed on eBay.
I have a question. Do any of you guys know how to block a buyer from messaging you? Is that possible?
I don't think you can block the messaging. You can only block them buying from you.
That seems weird to me.
So once they've started messaging you, they can keep messaging you. So you can't, like, unless you knew prior to them messaging you, then I don't think you can do it.
Yeah. That seems unusual to me that there's not a way to do that.
I would love to.
I've never had a message post blocking someone, so I don't know if someone's like tried and it's been and they haven't been allowed, like haven't been able to. But I've never had anyone contact me after I've blocked them.
We had that camera lady. She messaged us after we blocked her, but she can't buy from us again. I know Kara's one. eBay actually blocked the buyer to message her, so they must have like an override function or something. Because she went to them and said this person's been harassing me, and they actually blocked the person from messaging her. But I haven't seen it happen when you just block a buyer, so I don't know if there's another function, but I'd love to know if there is.
Thrifty Pixie gets a lot of fetish buyers. That's not what it was about. Are you guys making TikTok content? I watch Thrifters on there more than YouTube. Something I've heard a lot about, but no, I don't. Do you guys get on TikTok?
We have a TikTok, but we don't use it effectively in any sense of the form. So I actually use it to create Instagram content. So because you can do a bit more with TikTok in the way that you set it up, and you can drop music in a bit differently, and I've used it for that a couple of times, but I don't really use it for TikTok content because I'm too old for that.
You boys use TikTok?
We've got one. We posted a couple of things up there probably months ago. Still a hot app. Like Sarah loves going on there. I don't know how legit it is in terms of all the Chinese spying and whatever else is apparently going on, if it's getting banned or whatever. But obviously Instagram does Reels now. That sort of stuff I enjoy doing, like short little fun content with music and stuff. Haven't really put too much time into it, but it might be something to look into, or just try and do it on Instagram perhaps.
What about you, Sam? Do you get on TikTok?
I'm definitely aware of it. I don't have an account on it, but in the future, maybe if it becomes another social media that people are saying it's important, if you want to, I guess, get your brand out there or whatever, and it becomes something that suits the kind of content that I want to produce, then I'm I don't have any bias against it. I'd be open to it. But yeah, like so far I haven't really seen any need. But if what the guy is saying is correct and there's a lot of thrifters or a lot of eBay sellers on there, then I'll have to take a look. Yeah.
It's definitely a massive platform if you know how to use it properly. Like, I don't know how to use it properly, and it's not something that I plan on focusing on. But the people that use it right get a lot of exposure, so it can be worthwhile.
Hard enough to get YouTube videos out, let alone worry about a whole nother stream of content. Like,
I'm backlogged for about 6 videos. So, Samson wouldn't know who Hanson is. Do you know who Hanson is?
Yes, I know the three brothers. Hanson, yes. I'm aware.
Bit of
yeah. They're pretty. I mean, they are a one-hit wonder, but I'm pretty sure they make music again now. But I don't know if anyone is listening to it.
They did like an acoustic tour. They actually sound pretty good. No, I was a big fan of them both, though, so that was a good song. Rap Raiders started doing TikTok for their other side hustle with heaps of views. Not sure if it'll bring business, but we'll try. Yeah, and like Sam said, like you got to be open to those sort of things if it is something that can grow your business or just grow the things that you're doing. It's a good idea. I know Kate, she has an account and she's forever watching videos and showing me, but it's always like people hurting themselves and shit like that. What I'm going to laugh at. But yeah, I don't have one myself, but it is potentially something I will look into.
Yeah, I guess it was a bit more of something you just funnel your followers from there into your Instagram, then into your YouTube, and sort of build it up that way.
I have heard that the discoverability is great. So if you're like a nobody on TikTok, it's one of the easiest ways to get noticed is, just following the trends on that. And also they are giving out like $300 ad credit to businesses, like absolutely free. So I haven't really looked into it, but that is something that they're doing. So they clearly are trying to get businesses and, business people over onto TikTok, but I don't know how successful that is in terms of converting people to a more meaningful platform in terms of, whatever you want to build.
Yeah, you can even get you can make money from TikTok. Like if you're one of those, influencers or you get discovered, like you can actually monetize TikTok as well, but you have to know what you're doing. Like it's a different world to YouTube.
I want to see Brad on there dancing, to be honest. I want to see some dance videos.
The only thing I'll be doing on there is like rolling my ankle or busting a kneecap or something.
Million views straight away.
Yeah, probably would. Just me rolling around on the floor. Watch that.
Thrifters in. You caught us right at the end there because we're not long going to wrap up. We've nearly hit the hour. So if anyone has any last questions for our boy Samson, drop them in the chat now. And he will answer them for you. But we will go around and see what's coming up this week. Brad, what do you guys got coming up? The general Tuesday stream?
Yeah, Tuesday live. I'm going to talk about recent failure that we had. So talk about the good and the bad on the channel as much as we can. So we kind of prefaced it 3 weeks ago that we're going to talk about it, but then Gary's situation happened. So that got pushed back to this week, but it will, we'll get onto that. And then Friday, I've got a $100, like what sold for over $100. So some of the higher end bolos that we've been selling.
Looking forward to that one. Drew, you guys?
Got nothing planned or scheduled on the eBay, so the YouTube front this week. Might do a random live on Saturday, just a hangout one. Maybe trying to think of something unique and fun to do, because I don't have any edited videos to release. So I want to do something on the channel. So probably just do a live on Saturday, I think. Yeah.
And Sam, you got 2 videos coming out this week, I assume.
Yeah, that's all I can guarantee at this point because other aspects of my life have been taking up a lot of time. So at this stage, like to be completely 100% honest, they are not edited, and it's literally at this point it is just a whole heap of ideas that I have for videos, including ones that people have given me, and I can guarantee that 2 of them will come into reality. One on Thursday and then one on Sunday. That's what I can guarantee for this week.
Nice.
It's a good commitment, though. Even if you don't know what it's going to be, it's a good commitment to have there.
Usually, I should say, I usually know at least one of the 2 what will be, but this week it's just gotten to like the point where right, I've got to find what I need to do. But I can say that I'm sure like you guys probably do as well. At least, Brad, I know you would probably have a list of so many different things that like just you think could be at least the start of something that you want to put out there. I'm sure that you guys have all thought of it, and I do have a list of different stuff that I want to cover at some point at least.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's important to have it because it's so easy to get like lost in everything and not know what you're going to put out. So having some sort of delineation of, even if it's just an idea, like it all helps. I just want to say I just got a sale, so that's $10 into the kitty for us as well.
Very nice.
What'd you sell?
It was only a $18 CD, so I'm going to lose money on it, but that's okay.
So good cause, though. All going to be on board. So if anyone's only just tuned in, for the rest of the year, we are donating $10 for every sale that we make during our Wide World of Reselling live stream to Beyond Blue. Jazz has dropped Sam's channel in there too, which
jump over.
Cheers, Jazz. Cheers, guys.
And for myself, I probably will do a video this week because I didn't do one again last week. Once I am full-time, things will start flowing a bit better because I've got about 6 videos backlogged. It's just a matter of editing them and all the fun stuff. And I'm trying to sort of still build my business up to get it on a full-time scale. So that comes first. But I will put a little video up this week, and I might before I edit it, even put it up on Instagram for people to choose which one for me to edit, see what people want to watch. So.
That'd be cool.
Kelly Picker, good morning from Michigan, all the way from Michigan.
Thank you for being here.
We have hit the hour. Samson, great guest. He is adorbs.
Thank you. Thank you.
I can't keep up the chat here, so I'm just going to ignore the rest of you. Sorry, I can't keep up with you. There's 50 of you in there, and you've all been good tonight. So thank you very much. Make sure you sub to everyone. If you're watching later on, it's all into the description, especially Samson. Get on Samson, and he is putting out some top content. We are loving it. Very helpful for my business, and if you are a reseller, it's going to help you. Make sure you check him out. Next week, I have lost track of where we are. It is changing. We're only here a week ago, I think, so could be anywhere. Are we back to...
It was me last week, so probably Brad.
Yeah, we'll take it. No worries. I just sold something else.
What? Oh,
CD. There you go. There's $20.
$20. So that's 40. We're 40 in. So
you're dragging it out now.
I want to buy stuff, but I can't buy things from your stores midstream. Too rude.
All righty, that'll do us. Thanks everyone for coming. Thanks very much, Samson, and we'll see you next week.